Hey everybody, this is Tammy at All About Living, and welcome to my kitchen. This recipe actually comes from my son's girlfriend. We went over to have dinner one night and she served us this and it was so good, and I bragged so hard about it. And she says, oh, it's nothing. This is what I do to clean out my fridge. All right, now I'm going to show you what I got left over in my fridge that we're going to use. Okay, what's left in my fridge is a half a cauliflower, a chunk of cabbage. I had 3 lonely little peppers left. Okay, and I've got this whole kernel corn that has seen some way better days. We're going to use that and get rid of it. I had some sweet potatoes that had little spots on them. We're going to get rid of those. There's 2 of those. I had some carrots with spots on them. There's about 3 or 4 of those. And I have 4 potatoes. And that's what's going to go in mine. Is get this flame on. And we're going to start out pretty high. My pot center. The first thing we're going to do is come over here and put in our chicken broth. Okay, we're going to get our corn in first because that's going to take the longest to cook. So we're just going to drop those right on in there. Now I'm going to get my carrots in here and I'm going to cut them pretty chunky so that they don't get too soft. Because I want it all to get done around the same time, so that's the goal. Now I got a half of a red onion I had in the fridge, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to cut it in chunks. Now we're going to get our sweet potatoes ready, and I can't do that over the stove. These things are tough. But I'm still just going to make them chunky. There we go. Now we're going to get those in the pot. Okay, now I'm going to get my regular, these are like golden potatoes, I think. Anyway, we're just going to chunk those in there too. Alright, now my potatoes are in there. Now we still got a lot to go. My pot's filling up. Now I'm gonna get my cauliflower in there. Drop that in there. Okay, now I'm going to put my cabbage in there, and I'm actually not going to make that chunky. I'm just going to do that in strips because my pan's getting pretty full over there. Alright, now I'm going to get this cabbage in here. Just going to break it up. Alrighty then. I got a full pot. Alright y'all, I forgot these peppers sitting here. So we're going to get these peppers. If I can get them in there, they're going. Now they're going to the pot. We're going to start with a teaspoon of turmeric and a teaspoon of garam masala, a teaspoon of curry powder, and a teaspoon of Sazon. This Sazon has no MSG, none. So this is all just good. All right, now let's get this all stirred down in there. I'm not adding salt right now because I was using the chicken broth. So I'm gonna wait until the end to see how much salt I need, and salt's all relative, so you'll have to taste it for salt. And pepper. I didn't put any pepper in there yet either. Alright, but we're just going to get that down in there, and look at that color already. Isn't that beautiful? It's just absolutely doesn't matter what. This is the best clean out thing because I have never made a bad one. I don't care what leftovers I had and what combination. Those seasonings make it work. Now I'm going to turn it down, and I'm going to put my lid on it, and I'm going to let it simmer for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to check it because you don't want to overcook it. Rice is 2¼ cups of water. 1 cup of rice. And I always put my rice in first, unless you're using parboiled or something. I just put it all in the pot at the same time. And my rice is always right. And I'm going to add some salt, and I'm going to put a couple of teaspoons of salt. Put my lid on it. And I'm not going to touch it again till it's done. Okay, my rice is at a boil now. I've got nice little bubbles, so I'm going to reach down here and turn it down to a low simmer, like a medium low, and then let that water run down. I'm never going to touch that lid. Don't open your rice. Oh, y'all, that is so good. But I am going to add a little salt. Remember, I didn't put any salt in here. And I feel like it needs just a little. Okay, now that I know everything's done, look at that. Who wouldn't want a plate full of veggies like that? But you do need to pretty much keep an eye on this. You're using older vegetables that are already going, you know, or iffy and headed south. And so you really need, because you don't want mush, you know, and it'd be real easy with older vegetables to get mush. So you just need to keep an eye on it. And when it gets to a, you know, a good consistency, then that's when you want to just turn it off. Don't even put the lid back on it. Just turn it off and let it sit, because it's still going to keep cooking even, you know, in that juice. So just be aware of that and be real careful. Sometimes I do this and I walk away and I forget, and I end up with mush. It still tastes good. Don't get me wrong, it still tastes good, but the texture is off. This one is perfect. For the main course tonight, we're just having a little bit of grilled chicken with a little bit of curry on it to go with our vegetables. So we're gonna get this pan good and hot. Okay, I got smoke, so I know my pan is hot. I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, a tablespoon of butter, sizzle. Hear that? Awesome. Alright. We're good and hot. And I'm just going to season this chicken right over the. Okay, these are just small chicken breasts. And I patted them dry with a little paper towels just so I wouldn't burn myself. I'm going to put a little salt. I'm going to put a little pepper. I'm going to put a little curry. And I'm going to drop it. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to salt. We're going to pepper. We're going to curry. We're going to do the top side. Flip that. Now I'm going to wait on these two because they're going to need a little longer. They're a little thicker. Okay, at this point, what we're going to do is both sides are nice and brown, but it's thick, so I know the inside is not done. But I don't want to overcook my chicken. So we're going to turn it off. And we're going to take that lid and just set it down on there and let it cook in the residual heat. Now there's another ingredient that I didn't tell you about because it goes in at the very end of your pot. It's honey. And after it's cooling, you know, it needs to get cooled. That way you don't lose, you know, all the goodness in your honey. Let it not get cold, but let it get cooled down some. And then you'll want to drizzle that honey all in there and use as much or as little as you feel like would make it awesomely tasty to you. And we're going to just stir that up. Stir all that honey goodness in there. But try not to break up your vegetables. I am breaking them up. Because like I said, these have been in my fridge and they need to go. There you have it, folks. Okay, we got us some good rice. Nice little bit of rice. Could reach in there and get those veggies. I really need a spoon. Get him a big piece of corn. Ah, there we go. Randy found my ladle. That's what we need. We can get some of all those veggies and all that juice and a nice piece of chicken. Bon appetit. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.